Hello, I'm Kitty, your host today. Welcome back to another episode of On Board with CLIKASiA, where we feature successful Asian American professionals in their field. And they get to share their experience, their journey, also tips on how to make it big in their respective fields. Today on board with us is Mr. Anil Sharma, who's the CEO of World Insurance Agency with over 40 years of experience. So let's welcome Mr. Sharma. Hi, Mr. Sharma, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you for a nice introduction here.
Of course. You're
with you chatting.
It's very impressive what you have accomplished.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about how you start your journey to coaching and teaching agents to start your own agency? Because everybody's dying to know this.
It's an interesting question and really funny. It shows basically a history of migrants who came from another country and have worked very hard to basically make it better and success here. So I came in 82 here, about 39 years ago. So it's pretty close to 40, but about 39 years ago.
Wow.
And came, looked for work, couldn't find anything. Somebody recommended, go work for insurance company. And I ended up joining John Hancock. And ever since, I've never looked back.
Oh, wow. So you
started with life insurance and then working 15 years about, became a general manager with MetLife and had about 45 agents at one time working under me. And then I realized that there is more to insurance other than just selling life insurance and annuities and investments. So prompted me to open this agency in 98. It's about 23 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Out of the blue. But in the process, when I was with MetLife, of course, I had to recruit, I had to train, and that got me into teaching new people who were interested in joining insurance industry. Mm-hmm. So I became a LUTCF moderator, taught them all the courses about insurance, just as a passion. It's a hobby, it's just want to know, read. It's my background. I like to study. Mm-hmm. So all that I did, and then switched over to property and casualty side. So 23 years I've been doing that. Started from scratch. Now I have about over 10 million in book in the agency, and I have about 12 producers who work with me. I still help them and teach them on a daily basis what they're looking for. So I kind of dwell and focus on more property and casualty side. Even though I know everything about life insurance and investments and annuities, my focus nowadays is basically property and casualty, helping businesses insure their businesses, what kind of coverages they're looking for and things like that. So this is what my journey is. And I'm happy. I'm 67 years old and I'm still active. Enjoy meeting people, talking to them.
Wow, you're in a perfect health condition, you look just very fulfilled. That's the best thing a person can look for in a career. Congratulations, I love that.
Thank you.
So you did mention that you do, what kind of insurance coverage do you cover? Is it for business only, or does it cover for your life insurance for your agency?
So our agency basically provides all kinds of insurance. Mm-hmm. Anything to do with insurance, we are there to help them find it. Okay, which personal side, you're talking about auto insurance, you're talking about life insurance, you're talking about health insurance, disability income policy, or if they're looking for their property, a home, a rental dwelling, renters, landlord policies. So basically we do everything that is related to from the personal side. Now, on the other side of the arena, basically insurance is insurance. And just to give you briefly idea what insurance is so people don't know, there are two parts to insurance policy. One is called property, other one is called liability. So property is for you to insure because it is your property. Liability is for others. They call it third-party liability insurance. I'm sure you must have heard about it, which is mandatory basically by most of the states. So you have a property and liability combination. There are both are the policies that we sell. Now, personal side already talked about. On the other side, when you come, what is it? It's business. So what kind of businesses? Any business who is operating in United States of America, they do require insurances, and all of them have different needs for different coverages. So we basically analyze, compare, and find them the better coverage with a better price. Let's put it that way. So we have over 20 companies that we are contracted, and we offer whoever is offering a better premium and more coverages.
That's very impressive. So you do cover for the personal and business together?
That's correct.
Okay. So do you focus on Illinois states, or is it entire United States?
So our agency is licensed in 30 states right now. We don't operate all over, but majority of the states where I have my customers or wherever they go, if I don't have a license, I get a license, but I do offer currently in 30 states.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me ask you this question. So COVID happened. So do you find you have more long distance remote clients who are not within your states?
So very interesting question. How did it impact the insurance industry as a whole?
Yeah.
I would give you the scenario, that my personal experience, okay? People are more scared of losing their property, because when you don't have a source of income coming in, what do you want to do? You want to retain and protect. So no one canceled their business insurance policies or their property, which includes auto, home, all those they did not cancel. The only impact that we had in the insurance industry was towards the work arena side, where employees were not working, the stores were closed, most of the restaurants, service industry was impacted. So there was a little bit of shortfall in the payroll overall industry-wide. So there was a reduction in the premiums there, but overall we grew last year by over 10%.
So are most of your clients from Indian American community?
Yeah, it's networking, it's referral.
Of course.
I don't have to go and knock on the door and ask somebody, hey, can I sell you a policy, or can you give me a chance to quote? We get referrals, and of course, if you provide service to them, then everybody wants to come back and ask you, because they know we're going to do the right thing for them.
Of course.
And so 98% is basically Asian Indian community.
Asian Indian community. Okay. Do you find that they feel more comfortable coming to you, like word of mouth? Yes, of course, but because they can communicate with you in their native language?
100%. I mean, if I'm speaking their language, but most of Indians do not have a problem of communicating in English, by the way.
Right, of course.
But it's still, yeah, it's basically more of understanding of the nature. If they ask a question, I know what they want to know. All right. So, and then the level of understanding, oh, you know what, he knows what I need, and you take care of each other. That's kind of a thing, So, yeah, language.
I love that.
Communicate in their native language is even a plus.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you things more about on the business side. So what are the things you consider when choosing a business insurance policy or any policy you consider?
So first of all, I ask people, hey, what is the name of the business that you want to insure it first? So the basic information. If you're insuring in your personal name, I need your name. If not, if it's a corporation, I need the corporation. Location that you want to insure. What is it that you have at risk at that location? Simple. You own a store? Okay. Do you own the building? Yes and no. If you own the building, then I need to know about the building. If you don't own the building, you are only renting the space, then I need to know how much value you have inside that space. So that's where you come up with the value of the property. Okay. Now you running a store. If it is a restaurant, then you're going to have a cooking equipment, and you're going to be having food items there that you cook. All those need to be looked at to cover. And liability. Liability is for what? Others, third party. If somebody walks into the store, slips and falls and sues you, or somebody consumes the food at your location, gets sick, goes to the hospital, that is food spoilage, or not spoilage, food contamination coverage. So those are the things that I need to know, and then I go and seek the quotations out from several companies that we are contracted with and offer you the best one.
Okay. Wow, you're very detailed. I love that. So I do have another question. So we're talking about property value. So does that have anything to do if the property value is higher? Would the insurance be higher too?
Yes. So basically there are two components. I already spoke to you about that. One is called property. So if you're insuring $1 million property or insuring a $10 million property, obviously $10 million property is going to be higher to insure than 1 million. Okay. Liability is based on, hey, how much sales you have. So if a business has $500,000 sales or $1 million sales, obviously the liability portion of that is going to be higher for 1 million than the $500,000 sales, correct? So those numbers are needed to basically figure out what the premium is going to be.
Of course. Okay. Well, because I know nothing about insurance industry, so it's very enlightening for me to actually hear this. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So now I have questions for our aspiring agents. So what are the 3 tips? What is say 5 tips you can give them if they want to start in this field?
Get licensed in each state. There are a lot of regulations in place. Once you get the license, then you need to go work for an insurance company like Allstate, State Farm if you want the training, or if you want to be independent like me, then you have to join somebody who is in independent arena, who can show you and explain to you rather than one company. Now you're shown numerous companies. So I used to be with MetLife, which was a captive company, in the sense like, I only can sell MetLife products, right? So when I walked out of MetLife and became independent, now I have companies like Travelers, I have companies like Liberty Mutual, I have companies like Nationwide. We have companies like Westfield, Utica, Guard. These are the companies that we deal with. So it gives you more options, more choices that you can present to your customer, right? And customer is supreme. So customer comes to me and he says, you know what do you think? I said, hey, there are 10 companies here. Look at the premium and which one you want to take. We are here to give it to you.
That's interesting. So you're actually an agency that helps your customer to find perfect insurance policy from all these major insurance policy companies.
Only those who we are contracted with.
Okay.
There are over 2,000 insurance companies in America. I cannot have contract with all 2,000 companies, right? So it's impossible. So you deal with 4, 5, 6, or 10. Like we have 20 companies here that we deal with, combine both commercial and personal. So I can only offer you the companies that I'm contracted to do business with, right? But it's better than one.
That's actually a lot of selections already. There are the major ones people actually know. Now, our last question, I'll let you go because a few more minutes left. I want to know how can you sell yourself to your potential customers? Why should they choose you to work with you to select their insurance?
I am in the business of offering you choices, explanation, and recommendation what they should have. But decision is there to make whether they want to have it or not. I never considered insurance to be a product. It's not a commodity. It's not like you go to a clothing store and look at a shirt or look at a piece of clothing or a woman's clothing and you like the feel and you like the color and you put it on and say, oh, I like it. Then this is the commodity that you're buying, right? You have a feel and experience. In insurance, there is nothing to sell. It's only a piece of paper, right? But what would it do for you in case of need? So that is where we come in. We basically explain, hey, this is the possibility. This is what it is. This is why you should have it. And the decision is yours. If you want to or you don't want to.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sharma, for taking your time and talking to us about your experience, your journey, and then give us tips. So do you want to take this opportunity to try to find an agent?
Yes. So all I'm saying is, whether you join me or not, whether you want to work somewhere else, if you have any question about insurance industry, how to get started, you can give my name and number out. They can call me anywhere in the United States. They can discuss it. I'll guide them properly. I can basically help them get into the business. There's too much of a bread to be shared. There's never enough. And I have never considered anybody my competitor. It is always everybody gets their luck or whatever is coming to them. So if anyone who wants to work and join, or those who are already in insurance and want to expand their market, when I say market is line of business, whether they are in personal business and they want to get into commercial, or if they are doing commercial, they want to get into personal, reach out to me. I'm in Chicago, suburbs, Illinois, Downers Grove, Illinois. And Insurance World Agency is my agency name. You can Google it, search it. 23 years I've been here. Reach out to me. I'll help you.
There you have it. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Until the next time, it's very nice talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for giving me this opportunity basically to discuss insurance. I love it. Thank you.
Pleasure is ours. Thank you, Mr. Sharma. Hope to speak to you soon.
Goodbye.
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 Thank you for joining us again for another successful episode of On Board with CLIKASiA. Until the next time, goodbye.